everyone. So I wanted to do a different kind of video today on my vlog channel. I wanted to do a sit down video and kind of like give you guys a little life update to what's been going on with my life. As some of you know, I kind of opened up a little bit before and said that I wasn't feeling good. Please pray for me. But I didn't really say why, and it was hard for me to open up about this. I needed time to process what happened and just like figure out where I was in my own headspace. So with that said, guys, the reason why I've been kind of like away from my main channel, my Christian main channel at Heavenly Treasures, is because I had a miscarriage, and it's been like a couple weeks now, and I've been processing the whole thing. I've been processing it. I've cried. I've been in denial. I've been just in a weird headspace, if I'm going to be honest with you guys. So my husband and I conceived during our honeymoon, and I never thought that would be possible because I'm just 32. I'm 32 years old, and I always told my husband, like, there's no way I could get pregnant on the first try. Like, there's no way. Like, I'm 32. It's going to take us a while. And I did. I got pregnant. So we got pregnant during our honeymoon, and I was in total shock. I started feeling a lot of symptoms right away. Within a week, I believe, of conceiving. I started feeling nausea. My face was breaking out so much, and it's still clearing up. Tender breast, nausea, a little bit of morning sickness and random times of the day. I was very moody. I had all the symptoms before I even got a positive pregnancy test. So I decided to test, and there was a faint line, and I was just always in denial. I was like, no, like, this is wrong. This test is inaccurate. Like, I think I bought at least like 10 to 12 pregnancy tests, and they all had a faint line. And I was like, well, maybe I am pregnant, but maybe I'm not. So it was just a lot of emotions for me. And days went by, and 7 days past my period, I was like, okay, I really think I may be pregnant, because I'm never late. Like, I'm never late. I'm always like 28 days, maybe 30 days tops, if that. And I was a week late. And then I was getting these faint positive tests, and then it hit me like, man, I could be pregnant, but I can never experience that joy. I never got excited or jumped up and down for joy when I took the first test or the second test. I was just always in denial. And I truly think, now that I look back, I truly think maybe that was God protecting my heart for the miscarriage. Like I said, like, I never thought about having a family. I never thought about getting married. But as a woman, I was always watching like videos on YouTube, like women taking pregnancy tests, and they're like crying for joy. And I'd be like, wow, that's going to be me someday, crying for joy, like when I find out. And I always pictured that would happen to me. Like, I would cry and like jump up and down for joy and be in shock and happy. And I did not experience that. And it's weird to even say it out loud, because you would think, like, as a first-time mom, I would have felt those emotions like other women. But now that I look back, and after praying, I think the Lord was just protecting me in my heart, that I was going to lose this baby. But I didn't think that, but I couldn't savor the moment, if that makes sense. It was just the weirdest thing. And my husband was like, yeah, you're pregnant. You're just all in your head. Like, I know you are. And I just couldn't wrap my head around it. Days went by, no period. And then one day I went to the bathroom, And when I went to pee, I saw a little bit of spotting on my tissue, but it wasn't anything bright or dark. It was just a little spotting when I wiped, and I saw a little bit of a tissue in the toilet, and that really worried me. And that's when I knew something wasn't right. I saw like a piece of like bodily tissue. It was so tiny, but my gut was like, this is not good. So days went by. I texted my sister-in-law. She's a nurse, so she kind of helped me through this. She was like, it could just be like implantation, or it could be nothing. Like some women will spot during pregnancy. I even Googled a lot. And something didn't feel right in my heart. And then as the day went by, I had more spotting. And then it hit me like, okay, I'm not having any more pregnancy symptoms. Like they just all went away overnight. My boobs didn't feel tender. I wasn't as like short of breath, because that was one of my biggest symptoms, was shortness of breath. There's a vlog that I have out where I go to the trail with my husband, and I'm like breathing heavy, like during our walk at the park. And I was pregnant then. Then I realized like, wow, all these symptoms went away just like that. And that's when I knew. And my husband was just like, no, it's just your head, like you're fine. I think you still are. But my gut was like, no, something's not right. So as the days went by, I was feeling awful. I was getting the worst cramps I've ever experienced in my life. It was a cramp that went from my waist down to my legs by my ankles, all the way down my spinal cord. And it was not a good moment. It was like 2 days of nonstop back pain, and the spotting got heavier. So I knew then, like, okay, this is the miscarriage right here. But we were so unsure what was going on because there wasn't heavy bleeding. So I was like, I need to know. So my husband's like, we're going to take you to the ER to give you a peace of mind of what's going on. He's like, we're going, get your stuff. We're going to go to the ER and figure out what's happening. So we went to the ER, guys, and we waited in the waiting room for about 7 hours. 7 hours. And when we got there, they take us in, and then I tell the doctor what was going on. She was a new doctor. She wasn't really good, but it's the doctor we had. She was really young. But yeah, they took my blood, and right when we were waiting in our ER room, Taylor and I, we were just waiting for the results of the blood work. The lady had came in, she drew out my blood, and Taylor and I were just relaxing and waiting around. It just breaks my heart because like Taylor was so excited. He was like in denial, like really in denial. He was like, yeah, it could be twins, and I just know you're still pregnant, and I just have a feeling you're still pregnant, you're good, like everything's gonna be fine. And he was in denial, and I just knew. And I kind of got hopeful there for a moment, like hearing him talk like that. I was like, well, my period isn't really here, and I'm not bleeding heavy. So maybe I am still pregnant. Maybe I'm one of those women that have like blood during her pregnancy or it's spotting. So I got hopeful, and it broke my heart, like how excited he was, because he really wanted me to be pregnant, and I did too, but I just knew deep down in my gut, like, no, something's not right. So while we're waiting, I go to the bathroom at the ER, and there was more bleeding. It was getting more intense, and there was more, like, it was just more, you know, it was more blood clots, like little ones. And when I would pee, it was just more coming. And yeah, it was like blood clots. Right there and then I knew, like, okay, this is a miscarriage. I just need the doctor to confirm I was pregnant so I can process this and move forward that I had a miscarriage. Like, it was hard. So I go back into the room and I tell Taylor, hey, I really think I just had a miscarriage because now it's bleeding heavier. And he was still in denial. He's like, a lot of women bleed during their pregnancy. Like, I still think you are. Relax, it's gonna be fine. But I just knew. As a woman, you just know something's not right. And so the doctor walks in and says, like, we took your blood work and we tested your ACG levels and we realized that you are having a miscarriage. And she's like, we're so sorry. My ACG level was at a 3, and I think you have to have a 5 to be pregnant. So she was like, it's at a 3, so you're not any longer pregnant, you're having a miscarriage. And at that moment, I felt at peace because I had a peace of mind. Like, yes, you were pregnant, you are not crazy, and you're not crazy because you're right. You are bleeding and you're having a miscarriage. Like, what you're thinking is correct. So I had a peace of mind right there and then. Like, I felt at peace with what she was telling me. But Taylor, he did not take it very well. He was just like in shock, and the doctor was like talking directly to him more than to me because she saw like he was taking it a lot harder. He was just in denial. He was in shock. So I couldn't even cry there. I didn't cry. I was just like, okay, you know? And then the doctor even confirmed that I had a UTI. That's why I was having so much pain. And she called it like honeymoon UTI or whatever. So I had an infection. That's why I was feeling feeling more pain than usual during a miscarriage. So that explains the terrible backache that I was having. So she prescribed some antibiotics. Long story short, guys, I went back home and I was just in denial and shock still. And then Taylor and I laid in bed and we were just holding each other and we just cried for a little while and processed it there, what just had happened in the news. So I've been taking time to process everything. I took time off on my main channel at Heavenly Treasures because I couldn't really think straight. I couldn't focus on my Bible studies for my videos on there. So I kind of drowned myself in vlogs and trying to make myself happy and laugh. Mind you, I was still crying. I just wasn't showing it. I was still processing everything behind the scenes of what you guys were seeing in my vlogs. So I was just coping and trying to like keep myself busy and having fun and editing vlogs and trying to get my mind off everything. But it was a hard time in my life. And I felt bad and I felt down because I felt like I was letting my viewers down on my main channel, my Christian channel at Heavenly Treasures. But I hope they'll understand. Hopefully they watch this. But But during the whole miscarriage and after processing it, I knew God was in control. I just needed time for myself. The Lord gave me peace. My parents prayed over me. My husband's parents prayed over me. So thank you guys for that. Thank you for being there for me. Vanessa, thank you so much. And everyone else, thank you. It's been a hard season, but God is good regardless. I know that everything happens for a reason, and I have faith in the Lord that someday He will give me that experience that I really want, that experience of being a mom, at least to one baby. You know, I don't care to have a big family, but I would love to have a little, I always say to Taylor, I want a little Taylor, I want a little you, because I love him so much. So I want a little piece of him that is like, both of us, like a little me and him. That'd be a blessing. So yeah, we're gonna try again, guys. So please pray for us. I will keep you guys updated in our fertility journey, conception journey. I will show you some testings that we do. Like right now, I bought a ovulation kit where I'm tracking my ovulation. I bought tons of pregnancy tests in bulk. That way we're not buying it at the store, which is way more expensive. So we're just taking it a little more serious this time. I'm getting more ready. I'm getting more informed. I bought a baby book, What to Expect When Expecting. And so far I love it. I've been learning a lot. But yeah, guys, I hope that the next time I find out I'm pregnant, I have that joy that I've always envisioned that I would have. I truly believe that God was just protecting my heart, and I'm thankful for it. And I have faith that the next pregnancy, it will be different. I'll be more excited, and I want to surprise Taylor once I do find out in a very special way, because this last pregnancy, I was like, I might be pregnant. No, I'm not. Yeah, I am. No, I'm not. And I was just driving him crazy rather than just surprising him. So now that I know more about pregnancy and symptoms, I want to do it right. I want to do it better. He was so patient with me throughout the whole time. He's such a special man. So thank you, babe. I love you. Even through the miscarriage, he was just an angel. He was so supportive and loving and encouraging. There were days that I would wake up crying, and he was just there like holding me, So yeah, I don't want to cry. But anyways, guys, for those of you out there that had a miscarriage, I know what it feels, and it's hard. Especially those moms that lose their baby way later in their pregnancy. That's way harder, I believe. Regardless, it's hard. But after hearing that heartbeat or going to doctor's visit and then losing a baby, that's hard. My mom lost my sister before I was born. The day at the hospital, she delivered my sister, and she lost the baby that day, and that is really, really hard. So if my mom could get through it, I know I can get through it. And with God's help, I know nothing is impossible. So I'm faithful to the Lord. I'm going to keep striving forward. I'm going to keep putting my head up. I'm going to keep laughing and enjoying life, because I'm not going to let this break me. I took time to process it. I took time to cry. Will I ever get over it? Probably not, but it's necessary to move forward and trust in the Lord, For those mom out there that's had miscarriages, I'm so sorry. If you want to share and open up with me in the comments down below, I will read those comments. It's nice to share and open up and give words of encouragement to one another. And for those of you who have been praying for me, thank you. There's been a few people that the Lord has used without me even saying, that watched my channel and said, the Lord told me that I should say this to you. And it was about miscarriages. So it's really amazing how the Lord speaks. Yeah, there's been like a couple viewers that said, I don't know what you're going through, but the Lord put in my heart to share with you about my miscarriage. And I want to share it with you. And I never told anyone outside of my family. So that was very powerful. So I have faith in the Lord that He's in control. And I am excited for the future, for this new season. Whatever the Lord wants, it shall be done. And I'm going to stay of good courage. And I hope you are too. If you're going through something similar, just keep on moving forward. It gets better, a little better every day. And if you cling on to Jesus, it will get better. I can guarantee you that. Anyways, guys, I'm sorry if this video is a little sad and a little like not, your cheerful vlog that I normally do. I just wanted to open up with you guys because I want you guys to know where I've been and what's been going on. And I want to show more of my personal side so you guys can relate. And I can relate to you guys, and we can have an actual bond and relationship in this channel with one another. So it wasn't easy for me to open up because I'm a very private person. I always will be, but after receiving so many positive comments, I just felt like the Lord put in my heart, like, you need to open up and give other women encouragement, because He gave me the encouragement. So now I want to give you the encouragement that God loves you. He's in control. And if you had a miscarriage, your baby is in heaven with Jesus right now. And be of good courage. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll see you soon in our next video. Bye.